you tell me, how do I keep going on? A piece of me has died, and now my
very cool show coming to the Skylight Music Theatre. It is SuperYou, and we are joined in the studio by Susan Varela. She's the executive director of Skylight Music Theatre, and Melissa Jones, the producer of SuperYou. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks so much for having us. This is great.
So good to have you here. As somebody who's attuned to the arts and what happens in our community and our world, we wanted to get your reaction to the passing of Tina Turner. An iconic, legendary figure passes away at the age of 83, and I think we kind of knew in the back of our mind maybe she had been battling an illness, but kind of a shocking development. When you think of Tina Turner and what she meant, Melissa, what comes to mind?
I mean, she's such an icon and also just transcended so much. Like her story of her beginnings, where she came from, she to me is like one of these people who just embodies, like, when you have a vision and you just go after it, it doesn't matter what people think. And even if you don't seem like the typical whatever it is, you just go after it. And, you know, I think especially being a woman of color at that time where she was coming from and be such a huge rock artist, that, and interestingly, kinds of not meaning to necessarily go over, but it parallels even our show. Our creator of our show is also a woman of color. She's Filipino rock artist.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting. I think Tina Turner has been a big influence, but Tina Turner is just iconic, and
she's a legend. We were singing "What's Love Got to Do with It" around the office all afternoon. It's hard to process.
Doesn't it seem like she would never?
Yeah, she seemed like one of those people that would just go on and on. I think about Live Aid back in the 80s and that performance, which is now legendary, that with her.
When you can go toe-to-toe with Mick Jagger.
Oh, my gosh.
Amazing.
She was, a powerhouse. So what a loss.
Also, I feel like everybody who ever met her said that she just exuded that energy you saw on stage, that positive energy. Mm-hmm. They said she was like a light in person, like just as an individual.
I believe it.
Yeah. We're so excited you guys are here.
Yeah, thank you. Melissa, you have been part of Broadway, producing shows and investing in shows. And what are your thoughts on Tina Turner, the musical?
Oh, it's great. I mean, you know, her music is iconic, and, you know, seeing that whole show, that last scene of the show, that last big number is absolutely the reason to see the whole show. It's absolutely glorious, you know, simply the best, and the whole, you know, just, it's a beautiful show. And I would definitely, you know, I hope people get a chance to see it, and that's an opportunity to learn more about her if they don't know much about her.
So using the stage as a way to tell unique stories, tell us what is so unique about the world premiere of SuperYou at Skylight Music Theatre.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting. I mean, Michael Unger, the artistic director, he loves to tell a story about how this was kind of beshert, because that using that Yiddish word as kismet, you know, because we had actually talked a couple years ago, and it just, for whatever reason, didn't work out. But just part of what is really unique about us being here right now is that our show was supposed to go up May 2020 off Broadway in New York City. Of course, wasn't able to. And we went on this, you know, our show is SuperYou. It's about getting on the other side of grief and resilience. It's a women-driven, very powerful show with a very powerful story, and the music is absolutely insanely, unbelievably otherworldly. And we realized, we just need to do something. So we started putting music out there. We started social media. We were told, don't do TikTok, no shows do TikTok. This is May of 2020. We started TikTok. We put up a concert on the back of pickup trucks in a drive-in upstate New York, got tons of press, got filmed by these people that filmed the marathon in NFL for nothing. They came out. It was wild. We released a concept album, started TikTok, started going viral on TikTok with our music, who you'll see Kennedy Coggle, who is in the show, who is unreal. She's a Broadway star. And
she's an amazing talent.
Amazing
talent.
Can't even
believe it.
So anyway, just to kind of loop it back to Skylight, we've had a couple different instances where we've been shut down, a second time where we also were going to go up and hadn't. And then we have over 22.6 million views on TikTok now. We have people from around the world that do covers of our music, so much so that for the last 2 years, we had to create a fan cover Friday to repost all the people singing our music from around the world. But we have yet to put the show up fully. We've done workshops, we've done readings, some of which almost got shut down a couple of other times because of COVID. And this music is unreal. People are doing it all over. But the very first time we will fully stage this production will be here
woot woot
at Skylight Music Theatre.
Susan, how excited are you about that? Here.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so cool.
You have to see it here because they're going from here to London's West End.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
amazing.
that is such a great opportunity for Skylight, for Milwaukee audiences. We feel lucky to have this wonderful team of women, of artists who have come to Milwaukee and to Skylight. And the audiences are just going to be blown away. The talent, the music. I mean, saying otherworldly is not a foolish brag on this. It
Right.
is spot on.
What is the story of SuperYou?
So the story is about, just the story itself is about a comic book artist who learns to love herself and find her voice when her own superheroine creations come to life. And the story itself has we've sort of lived this sort of life imitating art story for the last 3 years and I will say another interesting thing, since we didn't get to open May of 2020 and we've been doing all these things that everyone was like, don't do that, lay low, protect your brand, whatever. And here we are exactly 3 years to the day that we were supposed to open off Broadway in New York City. We will be opening here on Friday, the 26th of May at Skylight.
That's amazing.
We just realized that recently. 3
That's
years
so
exactly.
cool.
It's such a great story about overcoming challenges in your life, processing grief. It's a female empowerment story. It's about loving yourself and being comfortable in your own skin and empowering yourself. And it's told in such an interesting way. And it's sensational to listen to. It's going to be a beautiful production to see. And, you know, we like the superheroes around the house.
That's right.
It's a great group of people to have there.
It's also a very diverse group of superheroes, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're all women, but they're all very different backgrounds and a lot of different diversity that represented in the team of superheroes, which is really awesome. And I think one of the biggest takeaways that I love about the show is, you know, Lord's the creator, whose mission it is to really create uplift in the world and empowerment, you know, is that everybody is a superhero. It's just a matter of like connecting to that which already resides in us. And that's part of this. That's one of the biggest takeaways from the show is that the superhero, the creator of the comics herself, she turns real people into superheroes and they become her own icons. And they in turn teach her that she is also a superhero.
That's
and it's
cool.
Very cool how
That's
that.
so cool.
Yeah.
Some magic powers. Who should come see this show? Is it an all ages type show?
It is really, I mean, we've said really kind of 8 years old and up.
Mm-hmm. Just
and
because there are some serious issues that are
some grief issues, and things.
that are confronted, but nothing that people don't see on television in prime time. So, but I would say 8 and up is the
absolutely.
audience. I think everybody should see this show. Like everybody could hear the messages that are shared in this production. So
you guys generously have an offer for our listeners. This incredible show in Skylight's beautiful Cabot Theater begins this Friday, runs through the middle of June. It's incredible. You should get your tickets at skylightmusictheatre.org. It's that easy, skylightmusictheatre.org. And you have a special offer if people get on it right now.
That's right. So for Memorial Day, we have an offer. If you use the code RADIO, your audiences can use the code RADIO and receive 50% off of a ticket to SuperYou.
Dang.
You can call our box office, which is 414-291-7800, or just go to skylightmusictheatre.org and get your tickets.
I'm
And
gonna
that's
use
for
that
the
code.
whole weekend. That's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Memorial Weekend. Because
Oh, my God.
we don't have a
Exactly.
performance on Memorial Day, but the whole weekend.
That's fantastic.
That's right.
Opening weekend.
That's right.
So use the word radio if you call the box office at 291-7800 or on the website skylightmusictheatre.org. This is absolutely incredible. It's an inspiring show. It's awesome to have you guys here. Susan Varela is the executive director of Skylight Music Theatre, and Melissa Jones, the producer of SuperYou. Check out SuperYou. I know I'm going to for sure. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. This is great.
Incredible.